Hi Spectrum, I'm Zach,
And I'm Jordan.
and this is the premiere production of Noise News.
A brand new exciting project is underway at Spectrum. The SOAP Service Learning Group is starting a literary art magazine this year for the first time in Spectrum history. The SOAP magazine will combine different forms of art submitted by our very own students. More information on this topic with Jordan and Holly.
Spectrum students have a variety of creative talents that pertain to the fine arts. Ms. Paulson and Ms. Lures, two teachers here at Spectrum, have created a way for those students to show off their skills through their service learning group, SOAP.
Soap is inspiring.
Soap is creativity.
Well, Miss Paulson and I just saw a need for it. We have so many athletics here at the school, and we have the play, and we have other things, but we don't have a place for students to express themselves via the arts, I guess, the visual or written art.
The reasoning behind the magazine is captivating, but what is more interesting is what they are deciding to name the magazine and why.
The name of the magazine is SOAP, and that came about as part of a process where we were voting and deciding together as a team on the name. It was one of the names that came up early in the process, and it somehow just stuck with us, and I think as a team we all really wanted something that would be unique and help us stand out.
We know what the magazine is, but what kind of art can students submit and how?
You can submit anything to the magazine as far as art goes. Poetry, fiction, nonfiction, drawings, paintings, really songs, any original art we are taking.
Submissions via our email address, which is soapsubmissions@spectrumhighschool.org. More information can be found on our Moodle page, which is found under my name.
Now that we know what the magazine is, one question remains. When will the first edition come out to the public?
We are planning to have right now an online edition and a printed edition, and the online edition will be updated more regularly throughout the year, starting with the second semester, and then the printed edition sometime in the spring.
Jordan Marshke and Holly Johnson, signing off.
Wow, that was a great story. I'll be sure to read into that.
There are still more new staff that arrived this year, and we have learned still more about them. Let's go see what Parker, Anthony, and Ryan have found.
The last segment of this new Spectrum staff will consist of Mr. Garcia and Mrs. Mack.
Why'd you come to Spectrum High School?
I was looking for a physical education position, and I saw the Spectrum High School posting, and it looked like an interesting school, and just looked like it had smaller school setting and just good values and goals that they were trying to get to. So I applied for the position.
New teachers always give Spectrum positive feedback on the staff and the students.
I really enjoy working with the staff here at Spectrum. They're very professional and respected staff members, and it feels like a family here at Spectrum.
Mr. Garcia plans on sticking around for a while here at Spectrum High School.
Why'd you come to Spectrum High School?
During my interview here at Spectrum, I had the chance to hear a little bit about what makes Spectrum Spectrum, and two of the things that really stood out to me were service learning, that there was a commitment to service learning and for students to be involved and teachers to be involved in helping outside of their school in the community. So that was a really important aspect. The other thing was the commitment to technology integration. It's huge here at Spectrum, and I've been in a lot of other buildings where it's just not been the focus, and kids have a lot of opportunities here that other students don't have elsewhere.
What is this new mobile apps class about?
So the mobile apps class is going to be a place where kids can come in, and it's an elective for high schoolers to come in and design their own mobile app. So it'll be an Android app, so if anybody still wants to sign up, you can do that still for second semester.
How do you feel about your fellow staff members?
The staff here at Spectrum has been incredibly welcoming as a new teacher, and they're collaborative, and everyone is ready to just jump on board and ask us what we need and be helpful whenever we need it. And so that's been a huge relief and a huge blessing.
The most important thing to know is, what does Miss Mackworth teach?
So right now I teach the technology classes and one class of American literature, and I am really working hard now and in the future to beef up the technology program here, get the curriculum really rock solid, and I love teaching it. And so really getting the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, and then next semester even, we've got a mobile apps class starting up. So excited to teach that.
What are your favorite things about Spectrum High School?
I love right now that I get to design the technology program to fit the needs of what our students are doing. So to make sure that kids are learning about Google Docs and Google Spreadsheets and all the things that will relate to them and be completely hands-on and important to carry over into the rest of their coursework and beyond. So it's very relevant to all of my students' lives.
So as you can see, Miss Mackrith has no plans on leaving anytime soon. This has been Parker, Ryan, and Anthony signing off.
That was a great story, guys. Well wishes to Mr. Garcia and Miss Mackrith.
Donovan Idom, a 9th grader here at Spectrum, is a part of a band called Platypus. To learn more on this rocking story, let's hear from Parker and Matt.
Platypus describes their music as rock music that's influenced by The Clash, The Kings, The Who, Green Day, The Beatles, Small Faces, and Nirvana.
It started with the guitar player and I. We met at a music store that we both took lessons at, and we no longer do, but the bass player came around like 8 months ago or something, because we've been through 2 other bass players. The first one quit and we had to fire the second one because his ego was running away with him. And so the new one is good. I think he's fit in with us the best.
They formed the band over 4 years ago and never looked back. They've written 30+ original songs and played a wide range of venues. It would be interesting to see where the band will be in 10 years from now. Donovan also thought so.
Well, the guitar player is Thomas Walsh, and he writes a lot of the songs and he sings lead vocal, and him and I, we collaborate with songs and pick out the covers to do during our live sets. And Ben Parr is the bass player. He sings backup and he jumps around on stage and jumps off the drum riser and stuff. And well, that's a tough question because you don't really know what the other band members will do, but I hope we just keep doing what we're doing, playing live and recording and writing. And
you might be wondering what it's like on stage. Donovan took us through the emotions of performing. We also asked him what inspires him to write his songs.
At first, I get kind of nervous. It's more like an adrenaline kind of nervousness, but after like the 3rd song, it's smooth sailing for the rest of the show. Other bands that I hear around, I have music on like my phone or my computer, and I listen to that and I get really deep inspirations, and I get a lot of inspiration from walking home from school, from the bus stop, and a lot of other things too.
Platypus will play their next show October 25th at the Fairley Brothers Record Store in St. Paul. Come out to support Platypus. Platypus hopes to have their first album out later this year. Donovan says they will start recording songs in their studio on October 17th or 18th. Best of luck to you, Platypus. Parker Brown and Matt Behrens signing off.
Wow, what a great story.
Now on to a bit with our special news anchors Lillian and Emma. The question this week, what do you think the cutoff age for trick-or-treating should be? Let's see what answers they got.
Zach Clark, what do you think the cutoff age for trick-or-treating should be?
A solid 21.
That was Jasmine Nelson. That was Zach Clark.
14, because, candy after 14 is not good at all, because it's just all bad for you.
It's not good for you any age. Okay.
That everything's good for you because you don't believe your parents and everything, but hey, at 14, you gotta lose some weight.
Satya Prasad, is it? Prasad. What do you think the cutoff age for trick-or-treating should be?
I don't think everyone should be doing it because it's like fun. I don't think there's an age group that shouldn't.
Okay, so shout out to those 90-year-olds going out this year. I think that everybody should be allowed to trick or treat as long as they're not like creepy about it, I guess. What do you think the cutoff age for trick or treating should be?
I don't think there is a cutoff age. I don't think you're ever too old.
Suck up.
I think it's kind of a family by family basis. Some kids love to go trick-or-treating into their early teens. I have no problem with that. As long as they're dressed up in a great costume and say trick or treat, I think it's great, any age.
Well, there we go. When do you think the cutoff age for trick or treating should be?
I think as long as you can walk, 80, 90 years, you can just creep down the sidewalk, up the house, get some free candy. What's wrong with free candy? I like free candy.
What do you think that the cutoff age for trick or treating should be?
10.
10? Didn't you go trick or treating last year?
Yeah.
What a hypocrite.
Hold the mic like this.
Like this?
Like that. Well, I would say like 35 is probably like the best cutoff age, because that's when you start to look old, and then if you dress like a pumpkin and stuff like that, it's just really, really creepy. So I'd say about 35 is, yeah.
What kind of Halloween costumes do you have?
Well, it really depends on what you want to go as. I think I'm going to go as a fireman this year. I think that's going to be pretty sweet.
Well, I know I'll be out trick-or-treating no matter what age I should stop at.
As we all know, some athletes choose to continue their athletic careers in college. Among these students are Ryan Colleen and Michaela Hoffarth. Let's see what Max and Jasmine have found out.
Deciding which college to go to for continuing your athletic career can be tough, but the right school soon comes with the right atmosphere and coaching staff. There are several athletes here at Spectrum High School that have decided to continue their athletic career into college. We talked to some of them and asked what made them decide they wanted to do this.
So Ryan, what made you decide you wanted to wrestle in college?
Well, it's always been a really big passion of mine, and I feel like I'd be competitive at the collegiate level. So I decided I want to take a shot at it, and I started talking around to college coaches and stuff like that, and they got really interested, and they started recruiting me. So
We talked to Michaela Hoffarth on her career in volleyball.
I'm really excited to progress even more. This volleyball season for school has been pretty tough for me because of my shoulder, but I'm really excited to just heal in this next month when volleyball ends and get more skills back, so then I'm able to give it all my all and just really progress for college volleyball.
Max Gleason and I, Jasmine Nelson, talked to Ryan Colleen about his career in wrestling.
So we got Ryan Colleen here. So Ryan, what kind of sport do you do?
I wrestle, actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I do. I've been wrestling ever since I've been in kindergarten.
That's cool.
My 14th year this year. So
wow, that's intense.
Yeah.
Most of the students here are looking to go D2 or D3.
It was MDSU, St. Cloud State, Mankato, and UNC.
So what college are you thinking of going to, and what do you think you'll be majoring in?
Well, I think my top choice right now is Concordia University Moorhead. They're a private institution. They're a little bit more expensive, but I think for the price, it'll be a lot better education, and I'm thinking majoring in nursing, actually.
Okay.
This has been Max Gleason and Jasmine Nelson signing off.
Yeah, sports. Yeah, sports. Well, that's all we have for you today, Spectrum. This has been Jordan.
And Zachy Poo, keeping you in on the noise.
No.
What the heck?